Have you ever watched someone walk straight into a slow motion disaster? Like you're standing there, you know exactly how painful and inevitable the crash is going to be, but you are completely, literally powerless to stop it? It's a deeply haunting feeling, right? Maya Angelou captures this perfectly with the line, "You've got another love, and I know it." It just immediately sets the stage for exactly that kind of devastating emotional crash.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're exploring an absolutely breathtaking piece of literature, Maya Angelou's poem, Poor Girl. Now, on the surface, this might just look like a standard poem about a breakup or a bitter ex-lover. But when we actually break down the text, we uncover something so much deeper. Angelou maps out the anatomy of betrayal with such precision that it genuinely feels less like a poem and way more like a warning label.
Okay, let's dive right into this with Phase 1, the golden illusion. So, in the opening stanza, the speaker establishes this deeply reflective, maybe a slightly melancholic tone. She's quietly observing the start of a brand new relationship between her former lover and this completely unsuspecting new woman. And this new girl is hanging on your words like they were gold and thinking that she understands your soul. Just think about that concept of value for a second. The new woman treats his words as precious, solid gold. But the speaker? Well, she's already lived through the ending of this exact movie, so she knows it's fool's gold. It's a total illusion of intimacy. The new girl feels so special, completely unaware that her absolute adoration is really just a manufactured script that someone else has already read. And this brilliantly illustrates dramatic irony. In literature, dramatic irony happens when we, the audience or the speaker, know the tragic reality of a situation while the character caught up in it is just blissfully blind to the whole thing. The speaker knows this man is fundamentally incapable of the deep love he's projecting right now. She knows for sure the heartbreak that's coming. But the new girl? She has no idea. She is living inside this beautiful golden bubble that is absolutely already scheduled to pop.
Which brings us to the most powerful repeating refrain in the text and, honestly, the very title of the poem, Poor Girl Just Like Me. Notice how Angelou uses this phrase. The speaker isn't calling her a rival. She isn't throwing insults at her. She's just calling her poor girl. It's this crucial bridge of empathy connecting the speaker's own past trauma to the new girl's impending doom. There's a real sorrowful solidarity here. The speaker sees her past self in this new woman's naive hope.
And that empathy leads us directly into Phase 2, the helpless witness. Here, the whole tone shifts into this agonizing resignation. The tragedy isn't just that a heart is going to be broken. It's the absolute paralysis of the person who has to watch it happen. Because there is this brilliant, awful psychological trap. If I try to tell her what I know, she'll misunderstand and make me go. The speaker is entirely helpless. Think about it. If she tries to warn this new woman who is so deeply in love, how is she going to be perceived? As the crazy, jealous ex, right? The truth is just going to be dismissed as jealousy, so the warning literally cannot be delivered. Now, what's really interesting here is the perfect symmetry between these two women. On one side, we have the speaker's past. She's already been betrayed. She holds the painful truth. And on the other side, the new girl's present. She's currently trusting, utterly blind, and basically doomed to misunderstand any warning she gets. Angelou proves right here that these women are not enemies at all. They're temporal reflections of each other. They're identically trapped in a dynamic that was engineered by the man in the center of it all. And because the trap cannot be dismantled, we arrive at Phase 3, the inevitable repeat. In this final stanza, all that frustration just settles into cold, hard fact. The ending is already written, and now it's literally just a matter of time. You're going to leave her too, and I know it. The speaker highlights the ultimate tragic realization here. This new girl is going to be abandoned. And even worse, she's going to be abandoned without an ounce of closure. She'll never know what made you go. The man is just going to vanish, leaving behind pure confusion and devastation. And the new girl will cry, she'll wonder what went wrong, searching for an explanation that doesn't exist, and probably blaming herself for a flaw that is actually entirely his. So the crucial point is this final revelation. Then she'll begin to sing this song. This is the absolute genius of Maya Angelou. The poem itself is literally the song. The heartbreak is an inheritance being passed down from one victim to the next. When the new girl is finally abandoned and left in the dark, she's going to take the speaker's place. She will become the new helpless witness, forced to watch the next poor girl fall for the exact same golden illusion. And that brings us to the overarching concept of our explainer today, the unbreakable cycle.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because Maya Angelou isn't just writing about a bad relationship here. She is meticulously documenting the architecture of a trap, mapped out chronologically. It always operates in these 3 steps. Step 1, adoration, hanging on words like they're gold. Step 2, betrayal, the invisible breaking of the heart while the ex-lover just watches helplessly. And step 3, abandonment, the sudden departure with zero explanation, which forces the victim to start singing the song all over again, inevitably watching the cycle begin with someone else entirely.
Maya Angelou leaves us with a masterpiece that feels so deeply intimate, yet terribly universal. It forces us to look at the patterns in human behavior that we perpetuate, often entirely blind to the fact that we're just playing a role in someone else's repeating script, which leaves us with one final, pretty haunting thought to consider. Can the cycle of the poor girl ever actually be broken? Or once the illusion is set in motion, are we all just doomed to eventually sing this song?